All right, well, everybody can just sit back, take a nice deep breath in. And as we start to center ourselves for this time, I'm gonna invite you to go ahead and close your eyes if that feels good to you. Take a nice deep breath in through the mouth. And then slow exhale out. And as we really kind of relax into this moment that we've carved out for healing, for the ability to kind of restore balance in our lives and our minds. And we've set these beautiful intentions for today. Lots of peace, calm, wisdom, clarity. Really leaning into accepting what is right now in life. You should just take a nice deep breath in through the nose, really inhaling into the diaphragm, really fill up into your diaphragm. As you exhale, let it be out the mouth, and I'm going to encourage you to use one of the healing sounds, H-E if you're super stressed, and H-A if you want to be more heart-centered. Either one will be perfect. Just starting to quiet the body and the mind into this moment in time. Let's do another one like that. Maybe you can try the opposite sound, seeing how that feels in your body as you just kind of let off steam, if you will, from the triple warmer with the he sound or from the heart with the ha sound. And on this next breath, breath controls the mind, mind controls the body. And on this next one, I want you to set the intention that you're going to release tension with that exhale from the jaw and neck and shoulders. So inhaling. And you can continue with these nice, smooth, deep breaths, really drawing you into the present moment. Maybe you want to lay a hand across your chest, maybe across your belly, whatever feels good to you. I'm sending Reiki as always, so just maybe imagining a golden light softening into your chest. And as you feel your shoulder blades really slide down your back, see if you can make some space at the back behind the heart chakra there, in between the shoulder blades. It really feels like not only do we need peace of mind, but really this peace in our heart center so that we can lean into joy. And I know it sounds silly, but if you can let a smile play at your lips here, it really signals to the brain to start producing the right hormones, the endorphins here, to bring more joy into your life. Really feel the back between the shoulder blades expand as you make room for joy here in the heart center. And it's interesting because as I'm doing this, I feel myself turning on the emotional clearing Reiki symbol again, Seiheki. And so as I feel that, it's like I can see it illuminating gold in my mind's eyes. So I want to see what we need to clear emotionally to really free up space in our chest, our neck, our shoulders for more joy and peace. And we're going to release disappointment So as we lean into that, along with releasing trapped feeling of disgust, those are two heavy ones. So let's dropping and clearing disgust and disappointment here, especially it just feels like across the chest, even though this kind of lungs and stomach. So our hands are in perfect placement if you're following along. Really breathe in nice and deep here. As we just gently let go of any disgust or disappointment that you're feeling. Maybe the holidays weren't exactly what you thought they would be, or people didn't behave how you anticipated. Either one can create disappointment and disgust. Just letting those gently melt off, knowing they're such human emotions. And I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and send down a grounding cord here as we really lean into the physical body. I want to just be able to have a grounding cord out your tailbone, deep down into the earth. You send it deeper and deeper until you really start to feel your hips get weighted in the surface that you're seated on or laying down. And as you feel your sit bones start to relax even more, can you relax the glutes? Good. And as we kind of release this disgust and disappointment, maybe you can let it go down to the earth. Mother Earth loves to compost whatever we don't need. So being so gentle with yourself without judgment, because feelings are just feelings, you're not them. Dropping and clearing this disappointment and any disgust. Right down that grounding cord. It could be upcycled, think about composting, how we can use the crap to grow beautiful flowers. So just thinking about that you can let it go so that you can grow something more beautiful. Good. And let's go ahead and send an etheric cord out the crown of your head up into the heavens. You can make it gold. So gentle as it moves upwards into the heavens. Really connecting us. We have a deep intention for clarity and wisdom today, along with this focus. So I really want to lean into our higher selves. I've pulled a few tarot cards lately, and they're all about aligning to this deeper wisdom, to our higher self. So really feeling into that connection, because when we're connected to our higher self, there is much more clarity and wisdom, joy, and this kind of etheric peace. So as we lean into that, I'm going to align crown chakra here at the top of the head. Can you just imagine opening up to wisdom? In Qigong, we say wisdom that is the ability to see how something will end before you begin, so that you can ensure you have the right resources. And I love that saying, because isn't that what we all want? To know that we have the resources, the ability to sustain through a project, to know that it's the right project to start. And our higher self always has that, capability for us to know what we need to be sustainable and wise. Take a nice deep breath in, really inhaling, filling up in all directions. So front to back, side to side, top to bottom. Fill up, make yourself bigger. Take up space right now. Sometimes being in big groups, like we are with the holidays, makes us kind of tighten down and feel smaller. So it's time to just really expand in this calm space we're creating together. as I muscle check what else we need to really help us lean in, we're going to release trapped fear. It's a spirit of fear, so kind of let me breathe into that. There's something to go with that. It's like fear and sadness, kind of a little bit of swirling in the energy field. And just ask what that might have a deeper piece to it as we drop and clear fear and sadness from the physical body, the mind, and our energy field, our aura. To me, it feels like fear of change and sadness that nothing lasts forever. I know the holidays can bring out some sadness. It's a both and for me. I'm sure it is for you as well. Let's just let go of that fear. And it feels like as we approach a new year, there seems to be some interesting pressure, right, on us that like, what are we going to change? Who are we going to be? What intention are we going to have? And a dear friend sent me something about savoring this time, this calm, this quiet, these sweet mornings. A lot of us have some time off, and I want you to just lean into that, the sweetness of this moment, that we can release the fear of the past, what's to come, change, and the sadness that often accompanies this time. And just savor what is. I'm going to align us for a deep spirit of acceptance that this too is good. This too shall pass. Nothing is permanent. But being able to accept what is, it brings the ability to savor each moment. I've really been trying to get up on these quiet, dark mornings and savor it, light a candle, journal, be really present to how I feel, to the sweetness of the dark. Everyone wants the light back, but there is a sweetness to the quiet, the calm that you can cultivate, the unhurriedness of it all. And my friends who know me know that I have embarked on a sweet Italian girl era, is what I'm calling it, where I savor food, journal, read, stare into space at the beautiful surroundings, and just really this slowed down. If I lived in a Tuscan villa, what would I do? And I want to encourage you to think about that right now in this sweet space. Where can you really accept what is with more grace and ease to create that flow? I want you to just feel this flow within you. I'm going to work on your vitality there by aligning thymus and vitality so that you can feel your life force energy running more smoothly for flow. As we accept what is, we release resistance, and we can lean into this ease and more flow in our life. It also creates this sense of calm, ideal timing, patience within us. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw a little bit more. Can you soften your eyelids as we soften into seeing the world in a beautiful way? Recalibrating the eyes now so that you can perceive the world not as an adversary, but as this sweet offering of calm, finding that in the moment. Really recalibrating your perspective right now. I'm going to place a hand over the bridge of your nose and eyes here. As I do this, I'm just really being guided to encourage you to lean into anywhere that you have tightness. So if you're tight in your low back or a shoulder like I am on my right shoulder, maybe it's a knee, maybe it's through the rib cage, maybe it's your diaphragm, wherever you have tightness, don't overthink it. I want you to see if you can move this acceptance into that space. Maybe you want to lay a hand across it for awareness. And see if you can just soften that with every breath, breathing into that tightness or pain, whatever it is in your body, offering up your breath to bring ease, to bring more flow. It's just, if we can recalibrate our thought, our perspective that that's just trapped chi. We just have excess life force energy trapped there. And as we align to vitality, we could make our bodies, not make, just allow our bodies to flow that chi out, softening it, releasing it. It's interesting, we're going to work on flow of the major 5 systems in the body, really to flow in this calm, this peace, so that we can cultivate a deep spirit of joy. So imagining this energy in this space that feels tight, and maybe if you don't have physical tightness, maybe your mind is tight, maybe you have restricted thoughts. So imagining the mind then, but we're going to work on flow of blood, circulation of blood. Imagining your blood flowing and moving through the space that feels tight. If it's your mind, it can circulate shoulder, neck, low back, rib cage, wherever it is. Imagine blood just moving and nourishing it, right? Our blood brings oxygen and nourishment. So aligning flow of blood throughout the body, really helping you to release, to cultivate joy. Blood goes with that fire element, with joy. Can you imagine your cells feeling joy in anywhere that you have tightness? Kind of like the opposite of pain, right? Joy, pleasure. Can you send a smile into that place that you love, that space in your body so much that you're willing to nourish it with extra blood flow right now? And as that joy moves in, we're going to align flow of lymph. We're doing all 5 major systems. So flow of lymph, so that we can clear out toxicity, and I'm hearing resentment flowing through lymph, moving out resentment, pain, detoxing the body, the mind, the spirit here. As we lean into flow of lymph, feeling that activate. Take a nice deep breath, really inflate the rib cage. The spleen controls that lymph, so let's really emphasize breath into that left side beneath the rib cage. Breathe deep. Exhale out the mouth. Flow of lymph, clearing and cleaning out whatever you don't need, especially this resentment. You know, resentment is just unmet expectations. And sometimes I do resent my body. Maybe you feel similarly. I mean, we resent people too, but if our body's not meeting our expectation for how it should work, it's like, oh, why? So let's just drop and clear that self-judgment and resentment as we allow that lymph to really just pump that out of us, clearing it, detoxing us. And now I'm going to work on your spine and your cerebrospinal fluid, opening it up. Interesting enough, it stops naturally pumping itself after the age of 18. So with this sense of clarity that we want, bringing clarity and wisdom to our body, I want you to feel into the back of the head. You don't have to touch it if you don't want, where your head and neck meet that occipital ridge. We're going to open up flow of cerebral spinal fluid for all this wisdom in the mind, really letting it flow up and down the spine. And what it's going to do is really help the nervous system carry the right messaging, bringing our wisdom of our body, activating it with our cerebral spinal fluid here. Continuing to detox out what we don't need. Allowing this innate wisdom. You know, you don't think about, oh, heart, you need to beat, oh, lungs, you need to bring oxygen into the blood flow and make that exchange, and eyes, you need to create tears so that I have moisture. We have so much innate wisdom. Just improving the communication throughout the body-mind connection here optimally. Bringing an increased sense of focus as the mind clears out. Moving into flow of your nervous system here. So flow of nerves. So thinking about that tightness in your body and the signaling in the nerves. Sometimes I feel like it's like a record that gets stuck on repeat and it's sending the incorrect signaling a lot of times, or it's a pattern of pain that signals the brain. And let's just see if we can smooth that out. So I want you to imagine this thick golden like honey moving down across the nerves through any area that feels tight or stuck, through the brain, calming all the nerves here, flow of nerve improving. So gentle with ourselves right now. Can you soften flow of nerve? Can you soothe out that pain? Can you imagine this golden light circulating? Our blood is flowing. The lymph is pulling out toxicity and inflammation. Cerebral spinal fluid bringing wisdom. And now the nerves just calming, aligning with a deep calm in the nervous system. Can you feel that relaxation like a wave wash over you? Imagine it coming down into the mind, down over your face, down through the back of your neck, through the front, across your collarbones and shoulders. This wave of relaxation as we calm the nerve down over the arms, out your fingers. Can you feel your fingertips, the nerves at the end of your fingertips saying, ah. Let it wave down over your chest, bringing peace to your heart. Feel your organs just relaxing. Can you feel your lungs relax? Letting go of any gripping in the diaphragm. What about your stomach, your spleen? Can you just imagine them as a tight fist releasing? Yes, into gallbladder and liver, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, down through your bladder, adrenals, kidneys, everything This energy touches this wave of relaxation, just calming, soothing down through the low back, the hips, and just rolls right over your thighs and knees and off your feet. I'm going to open up the flow of your meridians, this final system. Smoothing out flow of meridians, opening them up for improved energy flow and ease, that you have more energy to do the things that bring you joy. Relax into it. Almost feel as if your back body can melt. That if you have constriction in your meridians, they just release and open the flow, like there's a dam, right? And you've just released kind of the dam so that the river can flow. Now that's all really pain is, right? It's just blocked energy flow. So imagine kind of the dam opening and this beautiful flow of water, of energy, chi, flowing through your body, bringing nourishment. I'm going to release trapped feeling of grief. Opening up flow within the large intestine and lung meridians here as we release grief, that you can take in life with greater ease. Again, that this acceptance of what is. Kind of that gift that comes with grief. And I know it sounds odd, but a lot of times it's inspiration, that in our sorrow, as we move through it, we lean into having to be inspired as we accept life to keep going, and others are very inspired by our resilience as we move through grief. We're just going to drop and clear any grief you're ready to release, along with this feeling of lack of control. You know, when we feel lack of control, we often lock down and stress. So just being so gentle with yourself as we unwind that, softening anywhere you have tightness, tension, or pain, just so gentle. Can we love that part of ourselves? You know, I think when we have pain, we resist it. We try to tighten down, move away from it. But maybe we could just soften into it and say, I see you. I love you. I'm going to nurture you back to flow. Release trapped feeling of dread. It's funny when people ask about the holidays, I often say I feel joyful with a dash of dread. So if you've been holding on to any dread, or maybe you have dread about the new year, let's just release that. Because we really can't change whatever's coming. We can just lean into what is right now and try to create what it is we want. With that dread, we're going to drop and clear confusion from the mind and the spirit here. This is really going to help us with clarity, with our wisdom, with knowing really what I hear is what's for us and what's not. You know, that's a sign of wisdom too, knowing that we're not for everyone, everything's not for us, and that is great because then we know what is for us. Maybe you can imagine any gray fog or mist around the mind and the body, just dropping and clearing, and let it be replaced with this white or gold light. You just let your mind turn a soft white with a golden sparkle. Good. Just imagine that golden sparkle increasing the luminosity of your mind, the radiance of it. And I just want to lean into some mind and heart coherence here, this relaxed state. So can you let that golden light in your mind drop down behind your face, down through your neck, and into your heart center? I want you to imagine this ball of golden light growing at the heart center so that we can cultivate self-love and joy here. Feel this calmness settle into your heart and your mind as we bring them into coherence. That you can make decisions with both on board. Decisions that bring you joy, more ease in life. That you can have this deep etheric clarity that brings unity between your mind and your heart. Breathe deep, let that really move into alignment. Feel your chest expand. Good. We're going to release overwhelm from the mind. And as we do that, know that it automatically will release overwhelm from the body and the heart. Dropping and clearing overwhelm. Feeling the body relax and the mind center itself. Maybe dropping chin down to elongate the neck, feeling the crown of the head lift up towards the heavens as we remember that etheric cord. And our grounding cord down towards the earth as we let the spine elongate. So that we can easily clear all overwhelm. Just let it rinse down that center channel back to the earth. Bringing this deep peace, settling in. We're going to release any trapped feeling of gall, which is shock and anger combined, along with worry. Wood and earth elements here balancing out, dropping and clearing. Galled, feeling galled or peeved, along with worry. Just leaning into that. Take a nice deep, deep breath in. Long exhale out the mouth, really clearing that stress from being galled. Good. We're going to release rumination from the mind. It's one of my favorite things to dump and clear. You're welcome to just stay as you are. If you want to place a hand across your forehead, feel free to join me. I'll hold your forehead for you though if you don't want to. Really breathe in as we release rumination from the mind. Rumination is about the past, replaying old conversations, old stories that keep us stuck in a pattern that really isn't great. So let's just clear out some old stories. knowing that you've done your best along the way, and that's good enough, right? Your best is always enough. Releasing rumination. Can you just relax that space behind your forehead, your frontal cortex there? Feel it soften. We're going to reset that cortex as we release rumination. And soften the back of the head there, where the neck and head meet. That reptilian brain where the amygdala sits here, that fear center. We're just going to relax it. Can you just feel it again? Imagine it as a fist and just let it relax and open. All that tightness just releasing, dropping, and clearing as we reset the brain and release rumination. When we replay these old stories, it often activates our nervous system and spins us up. We're just going to clear that. There's no need. Can you release any tension in your eyebrows? What about the temples? Can you feel the temples right next to your eyes, those temporal bones? Feel them just release any tightness or tension here. Good. Breathing deep, slow, long breath out that mouth. Releasing trapped feeling of nervousness. As we balance the earth element and let go of nervousness so that you can really enjoy what is. That you can lean into the present moment. Now I'm going to reset your stress triad. So HPA axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, and your adrenals. Really bringing harmony to the endocrine system here as we reset your stress triad, that HPA axis. So that you can really maintain this rest and healing mode that we've just entered into in this time together. That you can feel calm, a sense of ease and flow. That in this relaxed state, you have such a deep sense of clarity about who you are, what you want, that you can be really focused on the things that bring you joy. A recalibration. Check what else. Taking a big breath. We're going to release any trapped feelings of shame. Listen, sometimes even saying the word shame makes people feel shame. It is just an emotion. It is not who you are. Let's just unburden from any shame that we're carrying around. You know, shame says I'm a bad person rather than I made a bad choice or an incorrect choice or I wish I wouldn't have done that. Listen, that is to be human. Let's just release ourselves from any shame. It makes us spiral downwards, and we want to spiral upwards towards that higher self. Feel that just dissolve out of you. Feel a lightness enter where that heaviness of shame used to be, wherever you feel like you let it go. Imagining that you can turn up the contrast, the brightness, almost like on your screen, turning up that brightness inside the body as we clear out shame, that we're our brighter, lighter self. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You're doing your best, and that's great. And you're a really good human. You'd never look at a baby and be like, oh, you're a horrible human. You were that baby, so that makes you inherently good, inherently brilliant, inherently joyful, wonderful. I want you to think that thought. Let it bring a smile to your mouth. I am wonderful. I know, if it feels like a stretch, do it anyway. I am wonderful. Think of all the things that are wonderful about you. Think of how when you smile at someone in the car next to you, usually they smile back. That you could change their energy in that moment. That's wonderful. Think of all the nourishment you've given to other people, the peace you've given, the hugs that you've given in comfort. You are wonderful. I want to leave you with that. I am wonderful. Aligning so deeply with this thought of I am wonderful. For you are. And in case someone didn't tell you lately, you are. You are wonderful. You're full of love and grace and ease and joy and peace. You have the ability to change the whole energy in a room just by entering it with all your wonderfulness. So with that thought of I am wonderful, I want you to smile into your heart, lean into it, lock it in. Feel your cells get excited with the joy of the thought of how wonderful you are. If you can lay in this moment and drift off to sleep or continue on, you can. If you need to bring yourself back, your awareness back to the present, maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, let your eyes begin to adjust to the light. Maybe roll your shoulders up to ears and down, just feeling into the body with some gentle stretches. Feeling how you feel now compared to when we began. Knowing that you are wonderful. May you be peaceful. Have clarity and wisdom as you move forward. May you be filled with joy. May you lean into your own greatness. Much love to all of you.